And we're back with another exciting edition of Ink Hokes, as Mark has called it. I am Chris.
I'm Mark.
And today's topic is, by the way, I wish I could turn this around. We're in the man kitchen, and what is holding the phone up that we're using for camera is a jar of pecani sauce, reinforced by a can of Fritos bean dip. So that's we pulled out all the stops today for the highly technical aspects of Incredible Hoax. Today's subject is
How about Rogue One? Now that we've gotten past our usual awkward intro.
Awkward intro is done. Rogue One. Okay.
Go ahead.
At this point, spoiler free or not?
Well, I'd say about a minute of non-spoiler, then we go into spoilers. How about that?
Go non-spoiler review.
All right. So we got about a minute here, but in 2 minutes we'll be into spoiler territory.
Okay. We'll announce it.
All right. I give the film. He's not heard this before. I give Rogue One 3 stars. It's a good movie. If you are a Star Wars fan, longtime fan, there's no reason to be hesitant to go. Go see it. You're gonna enjoy it. There's a lot of like little nods to the franchise, previous films that you're gonna enjoy,
and video games and cartoons.
Yeah, just kind of the expanded universe, things like that. So that's gonna be fun. But it's a story that you're gonna dig. It's gonna be interesting, and it's gritty, and it has a mature tone.
Keep in mind, he's seen it twice. I have only seen it once. So I'm going to give it the old 4 stars. I would say that I like the story. I like the man. It's almost like the stuff you would play with your toys, like the side missions that you would see in your head. You know, that's what this movie is. It's like all the fantasy side missions you would create in your hands and your head. I mean, or that you play the video games or like play with your toys or whatever the case may be.
Yeah,
it's that this movie has come to life of like it's like a World War II movie. You always have like you have the battlefronts and you have the tanks and the planes, but you have a movie where along the side where like Guns of Navarone, where you have the side mission of taking out. So it's a Star Wars version of like that, like a Guns of Navarone. So I really like seeing it. To me, it's what the Star Wars always I wanted to be, ever since the 80s, the early 80s when they came out. This was the kind of movie I wanted to always see. Okay. And they finally delivered. The prequels never delivered this. And Force Awakens couldn't be this. I think it had different motives. It had different agendas. But
certainly.
You know what I mean? So like, but the prequels will really let us down, and this movie was like, okay, this is the movie I've been waiting for since 1983.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
That's my non-spoiler review. Okay.
Spoilers.
Right now, spoilers going forward. So spoilers in
You've
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay,
Spoilers.
go. If I can start, I would say, first of all, you're going to see Grand Moff Tarkin, believe it or not, and you're going to see Princess Leia,
right.
And these are kind of a CG versions of them, but I have to say they did a nice job of making them natural. Once you kind of get over the fact of, oh my gosh, it's a young Carrie Fisher, and how in the world did the
Peter Cushing's dad? How did he?
The deceased Peter Cushing. Anyway, they do a good job on that. If you like Vader, you're going to get some Vader. Okay, you're going to get some Vader. Now, don't expect, good Lord, don't expect 20 minutes of Vader. No, it's not like that. But the scenes he's in have
steal the show.
Juicy impact. I'll let you go now.
Well, to me, the movie starts out somewhat methodically. The beginning is basically Inglourious Bastards, and then it kind of muddies there in the middle. The scenes with Forrest Whitaker, to me, were not that interesting, to be honest with you. Then, and they also have the whole Seven Samurai, or however you want to call it, all the teams slowly being built and then coming together and blah blah blah. That stuff, some of that was good. The Forrest Whitaker scenes, I could have. They were missing something. They missed some pizzazz or whatever. He's a militant rebel leader that's kind of on the fringe of the rebel fight or whatever. But anyway, to me, what made this movie great is the last act, the last 30 minutes. The movie was good. I'd probably say 3-star movie, but then when the finale starts and goes away all the way to the very ending,
Right.
it's a whole nother level. It jumps to a whole nother extreme.
Yeah.
The multi layers of their mission, and then you have the kind of the post. Somebody called it a postscript ending, which is a good way to describe it.
Mm-hmm.
When Vader shows up, spoilers again, and unleashes an ass whooping.
Mm-hmm.
They went for the fence. I mean, they threw up a giant Hail Mary, and boy did they land it. It was fantastic when Vader's pursuing the rebels, and like he's so much enraptured in his pursuit. Like there's a shot of him standing with a ripped open hull and with just space. Mm-hmm. And he's just standing there.
Yeah.
Oh my God! It was transcendent. The ending was transcendent.
Yeah. For me, it's a 3-star movie. I'm kind of reminded of Jurassic World, where you had a movie that was kind of slow but got better every 10 minutes, and then the third act was, oh gosh, 4-star third act. So you have kind of like an excellent third act. You just wish the earlier part of the film could have been as good. My main, and I have, I guess, several criticisms, but for time's sake, the main problem is they have a heroine who is frankly so derivative, it becomes kind of a problem, and they keep trying to over justify, her importance. First of all, her backstory is so much like Rey's. It's like, well, wait a minute, we already had okay, now she's an orphan, but then she had was Saul Guerrero being the adopted father. Like, yeah, okay. Well, not only is her dad the chief engineer of the Death Star, but she's also connected to Saul Guerrero. It's like you're trying too hard to make her so important to this damn story. It's and throw us off the fact that her backstory is Rey's. It's like, come on now. And then they give her not one but 2 damn speeches she delivers. She has the whole Rebel Alliance in a meeting with Mon Mothma and all these plethora of other people. We gotta fight. And then they have basically the volunteer squad lands on the planet Scarif to get the Death Star plans. Before they get off the damn ship, she gives them another speech. It's like, look, why are you trying to convince people who have already committed to join the mission? They're there. There's no backing out now. It was really awkward.
She was not the strongest focal hero of the Star Wars universe, that's for sure. I would dare say she's one of the weaker ones.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think Cashin, his character, would have been a better lead and have him go through an arc, but they didn't go that way.
Well, I really am not familiar with the actress, to be honest with you. Or I can't even tell you.
Felicity Jones?
Yeah, I'm not really that familiar with her. I'll just say this: her performance doesn't make me rush out and go check out all the other Felicity Jones movies.
No.
No, what? She was just weak. She was just weak. I think it was a weak. I don't know if it was the script. I kind of feel it was. She didn't really help it none. The script might have been kind of so-so, and she didn't elevate it. That's for sure. I mean, I would love to have seen what a Jennifer Lawrence caliber actress would have done with it. I think you'd probably have a different opinion. She's just kind of mousy and meek in her. You know what I mean?
Well,
I didn't get any sense that she was a badass or anything.
Now, well, the scene.
They wanted you to think she's a badass. But they don't really sell you that she's a badass.
But they keep trying to convince us she is. The first time early on in the film, she's a prisoner on a transport ship. She's clearly being rescued. And what does she do? She attacks her rescuers, and you're like, this is the stupidest thing.
We should have had
a scene. It was so dumb.
Which I know the movie was 2 hours and 15 minutes. It would have helped if it had an establishing scene that, she's a badass. But we never got a scene that establishes a badass.
No.
And you honestly never see her be a badass. Really, ever.
We know that they had reshoots, and I believe that scene of her the whole rescuing and her fighting them, I think was absolutely a reshoot. Well, we need to have more scenes where she's fighting and all that to try, again, justify that she's a badass. That's just my 2 cents.
All right. Well, this is an extended version of The Incredible Hoax, so we'll have to leave it at there. 3 stars. I still give it 4 stars. Still think it's exemplary Star Wars movie. I think it's the Star Wars movie I've been waiting for. With a few warts. With a few warts.
It's good, and the best thing about it, in a way, it kind of makes the prequels, George Lucas prequels, kind of unnecessary. So that would be the best compliment I could give the movie.
All right, well, tell them goodbye, Judo. Say goodbye. And with that, say adieu. Say adieu.